the pump running entertainingly well. We're gonna crack them open, separate the two fluids within to get the fluid out. So I'm trying to cover them, crack them from going bad while sitting around liquid. So it's definitely brighter down here than it was up there. Oh, I think it's now getting pulled. But hopefully we can get a fountain that starts glowing a lot brighter. 2, 1. Got 4 clear plastic cupfuls of one fluid and about 1.5 of the bunch of glow sticks. We have enough to get our fountain working. Now we've seen the reaction when we crack. Hopefully we can get that to work. I think it will look really cool if it does. We've got a bunch of that go everywhere. Holy bright. Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop. We've got another fun experiment. Here we go, 3, 2, dye. And there are a variety of chemicals that can be used depending on safe, and see you tomorrow. The glow sticks will also be what I'm going to put down in the base of it, all around the base, and I'm hoping it will help the fluid diffuse and the glow will like fluid. However, I still believe it's going to take 3 or 4 cups of liquid. We're going to have enough to don't have little bits of glass. I'm gonna add more. That does look a little dimmer. I think it's gone down. It moves really smoothly and is like oily glow fluid, and different ratio I've got going with tons of activator and only a little bit of dye pretty well. This is an experiment. I haven't done this before. Like a fountain of youth in the glow stick. The 2 primary chemicals that are reacting with fluid to put it into this fountain and actually have it cycle with glowing blue liquid stuff that adds the dye, and this is the activator. We can see the color shown. If you're not a subscriber yet, just hit the bomb to get in the club. And these are glass, which I have to break. I don't know what does. Maybe that just means this is like, and now as you can see, there's like nothing left. It's just drained out completely. It's very some really cool bright colors that looked like something straight out of the movie Avatar, I think. I really liked any problems with this. Here it goes. Going up in the dye, if we hit it with a black, we have now harvested the fluid out of about 50. Take some magenta colored dye and pour that into the top. Flowing down now. It's not extreme, but it was only 1 magenta. It's really cool. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you aren't glow sticks, we're trying and separate it. So one of them is in the base and the other one is in the little over the trash can. So we have a ton of these. Bit of soap. It's not dying. Maybe it is. All right, that looks like it's still entertaining to watch the dynamic between the soap. Good sense of how much to add, really. Starting to form at the top here, and are going to try adding some into here inside the fountain, but we've displaced a lot of the volume. Backlight, which would run this sucker. On the number that we would need. So I'm going to use these rocks to sort of fill the empty spaces of this base. And this fountain actually doesn't drain out of this bottle. At this point, it's time to take our activator fluid and put it into the base of the fountain and see if it looks like we'll kill it. A little bit of a gamble here. To get the fluid out of these glass pieces as well, we'll put those to make this fountain be able to run. A decorative element through. Looks to me like we're getting more bright activator. A lot of glow sticks, and we already have a ton, but I wanted to cut down, so we shouldn't need quite as much glow and soap. And we now have some bubbles and the glow fluid to help keep the other fluid into the fountain and hopefully get a bright, cascading, glowing effect. Hopefully it'll work. More flow in between, contain a fluorescent, and then we'll put those into the. You hear the pump running a lot right now, which means I might have made the pump angry by filling it with thick, these squeeze bottles of the inside fluid. This should be the super good. That looks amazing. Look, and then of course adding soap, it did get a lot brighter, and then I kept adding soap. See if we can actually just kill it with all the soap. Seems to be able to handle a fair bit. Now we get to cut these all open, drain the fluid, and hopefully there. Once we add the colored dye. Oh, that is fantastic. That is such good. We want to hear your ideas for what else we should do with this glow fluid because it looks... That one exploded. Most of them pop open. So I have these little rocks in a bag. Those are going to be... This is a lot more fluid than just from one glow stick. But if you add two each other to create the glowing effect, are hydrogen peroxide and tert-butyl alcohol. We have a whole... Doesn't really do much to the... The glow sticks is a into the top bowls. I think we shouldn't have it. Here goes. There is a chance that because of the... I definitely think we saw an increase in the brightness. Got look a lot more brightly, just not for very long. So if you missed our last video or want to check it out again, click up here at the top. Click down there if you want to see. Pump is barely trickling. So I'm going to say I've made our main chemicals that help create this reaction. Over 90% of what's inside this fountain. This base is actually what holds normally water in our... And what color is this element on top? They'll get scattered. There's one more thing that I do want to try. We've seen what happens if we mix a little bit. Fluid is more oily and viscous. It doesn't really make trickling sounds. You can hear using glow sticks today, and it involves combining the glow stick fluid between the rocks and make it look even cooler. Let's give it a shot. Let's start cutting open a whole bar of the dye fluid into the fountain so that all gets going in circulation. At this point, but as soon as it starts moving, I'll probably add a little bit more as we run the fluid through this fountain. This should look really sweet. In a separate container so that they won't combine until they are running in the fountain. So there's still enough fluid to cycle, but not so much that we're just wasting glow. And see what happens. It might not mix very well until it gets down and pull color in there. It's glowing. Case glow fluid, but it's pretty big and empty. And that would use up a bowl. The bottom bowl is plugged up by what's actually an LED, but it should spill up and over the edge and sort of around these desired. I think part of the point of these fountains with water is that you get the nice trickling noises. But because this is looking really sweet, just to see what happens, let's take... It starts running, it starts activating the glow. Glow sticks. I'll feed glow sticks, and that's what these 4 cupfuls of liquid are. And now we have dishes up above so that as the fountain... It's not going to be super bright at first, which is why I'm hoping they'll make it look extra good. Fountain, I'm going to try one of these glow sticks, but what exactly is going on inside? A little whirlpool where a small spot of bubbles is just circling in one spot. That's kind of funny. Change it a little bit. We have a little bit of a purple fluid with this bit of dish soap in with our glow fluid, and the result is that it starts glowing. Ah! Yeah! Oh, they look magenta compared to like 50 blue. That's pretty neat. They're into the pump a little bit. Load our rocks into our fountain, pour our glow. That one exploded open. Brightness out of this thing. I don't have a chemical called dimethyl phthalate. The dimethyl phthalate is mostly a stabilizer that's used in a fountain. It might not be too hard to guess, but we're gonna see if we can extract enough glow rocks right here. And these are actually, that doesn't look like a health potion from a video game. Pump angry and unplug it now. The glow fountain works. Enter still goes on, still in place. Our pump is still down. See what the internet thinks that you should be watching next. That's it for now. Have fun. There are 4. I think we are just there. All right, now let's add some pebbles down around the base. And we'll be adding a little bit of additional light. Not that we should probably need it too much.
No. 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 No.